Hello, this is Mike. I am back today to have a little update about what is going on in the world with all of the craziness going on, and I'm here to offer some solutions about how to stay grounded and sane in these times. I'm currently at a place near where I live. I want to talk about in this video how important it is right now to stay grounded to nature, to stay grounded to Mother Earth. And also I wanted to talk about how all of the shutdowns from the coronavirus is affecting society and affecting us individually, but also how it's affecting the Earth, and like how the human effects of this and the global Earth effects are affecting each other. I wanted to talk about, first of all, with so many people having so much space and time to be at home and out of work, out of school, away from events that are closed. It's a lot of people are kind of just going all out with social media and just spending like the whole day on social media. And I want to give a suggestion that do everything you can to get outside and find a special place to you in nature and ground to the feminine energy of the earth. Because if you're not around people, you can't get the virus can't be spread to you, or you can't spread it. And additionally, with so much clear space for people, I talked about this in my last video, to just go into emptiness and embrace what arises whenever you feel, whenever you're in silence. The things that feel like block you from having a clear mind or an open heart. The creations of fear I've talked about that obscure your direct connection to your higher self. The going out and getting into nature is what you need to do right now, because in addition to the human collective being transformed through so much open space for people to confront themselves, the planet is rapidly ascending into a higher frequency. And what I mean by that is the whole pandemic is from a higher dimensional perspective of our collective higher selves. And the purpose of all this happening is to awaken consciousness like lightning speed. Because people are rapidly stepping into a question of, how did this happen? Well, why did this happen? And also just confronting themselves like I was talking about. And the one thing I wanted to mention was that I've been diving deep into the far underground theories about what's really going on in the government and the systems of control that control the governments. And it's a very exciting time, because if I'm not really a conspiracy theory kind of person, but there's a lot of sources talking about at the highest level right now, there's a massive change occurring where the coronavirus is kind of like it's not I don't want to say like a cover, but a final act that the controllers of the world are trying to use to maintain control. And individually, so many people like myself and you and anyone interested in an ascension spiritual path, we've decided that control is not what we want anymore. Controlling doesn't make us happy. Having to have everything the way we want doesn't make you happy. We're here to create a reality by our words, by our thoughts, by our actions. But ultimately, we don't know what we want. Only our higher selves know what we want. And so, energetically right now on the earth, so many people have stepped into their higher self and created a field, a morphogenic field, where this is now beginning to manifest physically and collectively in the whole planet. And we all have to keep space in our life right now for clarity, for going into nature and staying grounded, and holding space for what's changing in the world, because there's a massive shift occurring, and these things have to come up to be confronted and cleared. Darkness and fearful emotions has to make itself known on the way out. If it's never faced and processed, it can never be transmuted. So at a global level, that's what's occurring right now, is just massive fear and panic and confusions being transmuted. And every person that has a connection to their higher self can contribute to and accelerate this process by using whatever modality works for you to connect to your higher self and send blessings to the world. And by doing that, you're sending blessings to humanity as a whole, but equivalent is the blessing of the earth. Because ultimately, humanity as a collective is one with the earth, and the earth is ascending, and humanity is ascending. And we get to choose to do these things together and assist each other. Because the earth is a massively powerful, divine feminine spiritual being. And she's transforming. And humanity is along for the ride. And we've both assisted each other. One chooses to ascend, and the other also follows. And so, in closing of this quick update video, I just want to offer the advice to stay grounded in nature, find a place that's special and sacred to you, and connect to your higher self in whatever way works for you. Be it violet flame affirmations or mantras, connecting to your guides or your angels or ascended masters, and whichever ones resonate with you. And just go all out. Declare how holy you are, how powerful you are, and declare how powerful we are as a race to not give in to fears when there's so much uncertainty and panic out there that they want us to buy into, because they still assume that we all believe we're just physical, and yet we've all woken up from that. We know we're not just physical. We're a symphony of light bodies all superimposed, experiencing ourselves individually and collectively, simultaneously. And so hold space for what's happening, and just feel so much gratitude and just respect for yourself for being here. Being able to stay aligned in your higher self at a time like this it's an incredible experience, and it's it's an incredible service to be able to hold space and maintain contact with your higher self and hold space for the ascending earth at this time. Because so many are just buying into the media and about what's happening is, locked down. You're going to lose everything you have. But you have to lose the things that you've placed your identity in to realize how expansive you actually are in spirit. Don't be afraid to lose things. Just be excited to grow out of the things you thought you were constrained by. That's what I'm excited for. And just stay grounded in nature. This place I'm at right now is a small creek near where I'm at. There's lots of ferns. And the spot right here, there is a big tree with a big root system that goes through the creek. I'm going to share it with you real quick. I don't know if it's going to be clear or not. It might be. Let's see here. There's the roots and the moss right there. I like to sit right there. It's like a little bench. There's some more roots. There's the water down there. It's kind of sandy. And there is the creek moving off into the distance over there. You can see some ferns. The ferns really like it here. And I like that because I like the ferns too. And here is the big tree right here. One thing I'd like to offer before I end the video is one of the meditations in the Sophia Code that I love is the Green Tara initiation. And in it, you connect to Green Tara by her tree of life. And I find it really powerful to have your back against a tree while you meditate. Because you can feel the tree ground, like you can merge your consciousness with the tree. Visualize it, imagine it, feel it. And you can feel the roots going down into the earth, and you can ground your energy field into the earth. And then you can imagine the column coming up from the ground, from the roots, and the trunk going up, and then going up and up. And then at the top, the branches all separate out into fractal pathways, where it's kind of like, the pattern you see everywhere in nature, like branches or creeks and rivers branching off from the main system. And imagine that as your crown chakra, just exploding out into 1,000 or million fractal pathways, all growing and expanding from the one source, because we are the one source. Christ consciousness is the one source that we all share. And feel that crown that you wear because you are holy and divine, and you are cosmic royalty. And feel that manifested as a tree, as the physical Mother Earth. And I want to give everyone the suggestion to go and find your own tree of life in nature and meditate with your back to it and ground your energy field into the earth and feel how incredibly, incomprehensibly holy you are and the earth is, together as one, ascending into the frequency of Christ consciousness. And that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. And I'm going to leave you with the stream here. And until we meet again, thank you for watching. Goodbye.